Say, kids, what time is it? Well, howdy doody, kids, and howdy, Buffalo Bob. Well, howdy there, Mr. Doody. And boys and girls at home and all my kids here in the gallery, let's go. And howdy doody. Yes, sir, some real excitement today. Clarabelle. Silly clown Clarabelle, one of the official ex-helpers. Yeah, I see that silly hat. Silly X-hat. With that X light. Isn't it ridiculous, kids, huh? Silly clown. What? Goodbye. Don't hurry back. Well, kids, as I started to say now, really we're going to have some excitement today because the Featherman is coming here today. You know, boys and girls, the Featherman actually is pretty unhappy because, well, Howdy says that he thinks the Featherman may be Mr. X. Kids, I don't see how Howdy could possibly be right. Do you kids think that the Featherman is Mr. X? I don't either. Howdy, you heard the kids. Nobody understands you, buddy. Well, I know, Buffalo Bob, that, well, everybody thinks I'm wrong, but boy, oh boy, I got a good reason for thinking that the Featherman is Mr. X. Honestly. So, kids, please wait, and I'll tell my reason to the Featherman when he arrives, and then, well, then you kids can hear it, too. Well, all right, Howdy, fine. Just remember, the Featherman's always been a very good friend of ours. And you know something, kids?
What?
It's certainly great to see all my buddies here in the peanut gallery. All the Howdies and my buddies wearing your Howdy Doody campaign hats. Do you like them, kids?
Yeah!
Let's all hold them up. Come on. Yes, sir, because we're for Howdy Doody, aren't we?
Yeah!
Ah, you betcha. And you know, every time I see one of the kids wearing a campaign hat, Hey, wait a minute. This little fella here. Stand up, Sonny. What's your name?
Gary.
Gary what?
Logan.
Well, you don't have a hat on.
I didn't get one.
You mean to tell me you didn't get a Howdy Doody hat when you came in?
Nope.
Well, now, wait a minute. All you other kids have one, don't you?
Yeah!
And you didn't get a hat, Gary.
Nope.
Well, now, we've got to take care of you right away. Gary, I'm very sorry. You sit down for a minute and don't do anything, and I'll come back right away with a hat. Okay, Howdy? Okay, Buffalo Bob. I got a key to the closet, and come on, I'll go with you. All right, Howdy, fine. Excuse me a minute, Gary. Kids, excuse me just a minute.
Okay.
How did we happen to miss Gary? He didn't get a hat, Howdy. Look, you have the key, so we'll go back here in the storeroom. Now, Harry, I want to talk to you right here. That's fine, Harry. Thanks very much. Yeah, tell Gus. I want every kid to get one. Tell Gus, will you? All right, fine. Yeah. Okay. All right, now we got one for little Gary. Yeah, kids, I got a hat for Gary. Hello. Oh! Buffalo. Wait a minute. Here, what happened to this? What happened here? Wait. Stand up here, Sonny. What's your name, little fella?
You know my name. I'm Robert.
Oh, what is it?
Robert.
Well, what happened, Rob?
The flavor bell came in and he put that up.
He came in here, yeah. What did he do, Rob? Yeah, tell me, Robbie. Now, wait a minute. I can't understand y'all kids. No, wait a minute. I want to hear this little fella. Yeah, and then what happened?
And he put a hat on, and he stand the thing and go get Clarabelle.
He did?
Yeah!
You mean this thing he put up here?
Yeah!
Howdy, and it says Buffalo Bob, and it's got that X hat.
Yeah!
Did he try to make you wear it, Gary?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you didn't wear it. Here, Sonny, here's a Howdy Doody campaign hat, okay? There, just like mine. Isn't that awful? Yes, little fella.
Put my tie on.
I'll fix it in 2 seconds.
And my name is Stephen Watson.
Okay, Stevie, and I'll fix your tie, and you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to have to talk to that silly clown, Clarabelle. Imagine he takes a department... Oh, you clown. Kids, he takes a department store dummy and puts my name on it. Oh. I'll talk to you about this in a minute. An old-time movie, and then I'll be talking to you after I see the Featherman. Yeah, the Featherman is going to be here later. Well, that's the way to get rid of him. Come on in here, kids. And it's Howdy Doody old-time movie time. And we got a good one for you today. Yes, sir, a movie with our old buddy, Franny Hines. Now, Franny is a fiddler in this movie. Since he was a little fella, he used to take these violin lessons. And he decided that somehow, somewhere, sometime, he was going to be a great violinist. Well, that's what we see now. Franny Hines trying to get a job in a show playing the fiddle. He's tuning it up, see that everything's all right. Now, all these other would-be stars are coming in here. All these people who would like to get into show business are here auditioning for this big show. Oh, and say, we want to send a big Howdy Doody cheer. Howdy, you know about all this, don't you?
Oh, boy, I sure do, Buffalo Bob. Buffalo Bob, would you let me say it?
Oh, all right, go ahead, Howdy.
All right, well, now, kids, I'm sure we've all heard of Texas. Well, boy, oh, boy, we got some brand new boys and girls watching us from Texas way for the very first time today, haven't we, Buffalo Bob?
That's right, Howdy. Yes, sir, we'd like to welcome all the boys and girls who are watching us over television station WFAA, that's in Dallas, Texas, and WBAP in Fort Worth, Texas, and KOTV in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and WOAI-TV in San Antonio, Texas, and WKY-TV in Oklahoma City. A big salute from all the boys and girls here in New York and from the whole Howdy Doody show.
Oh, and kids, we hope you'll be with us on Howdy Doody time. Lots more. Right, Buffalo Bob?
Right, Howdy. All right, well, now, kids, we're back to our old-time movie. And this lovely girl. Now, this is, well, she's the soprano soloist. She's really a very lovely singer. Her name is Ruth Stark. And Ruth Well, she just didn't happen to sing the kind of song that the manager here, this is the manager of the theater. His name is Norman Bozard. Norman Bozard, he just likes certain types of acts. Now Franny's chance to play the left-handed fiddle for him, but this other man goes over here. This is Mr. Cronzo. This is Newton Cronzo's father. You kids remember Newton? Well, this is Mr. Cronzo, who decides that he would like to recite. And he's reciting. And the recitation is pretty good, too. Now, here comes a lovely, lovely girl. And just, whoa! Just as she goes in, the sandbag falls on Newton Cronzo's father's head. So the manager says, that's a silly old thing. So now, Norman Bozard sees that there's quite a pretty girl ready to audition. Her name is Natalie. Natalie Harbison, her name is. Pretty name. Natalie sings. It's so lovely. Franny says, oh, doesn't she sing well? The manager looks over and sees that Franny sort of likes that singing, too. So Franny says, well, I guess I won't get a job with my fiddle. So Franny tries to play, and the little doggy doesn't like that violin music and starts barking. It's not doing Franny's audition very much good. Whoop. So Franny was thrown out. Franny looks at the dog, and he says to the dog, go on, dog, it's all your fault. He said, if you wouldn't been there, he said, I might have gotten a job in that show. So Franny says, well, I'll have to wait till another show opens and see if I can get a job there. Never did find out whether Natalie got that job or not. Anyway, very dejectedly, Franny walks away from the theater, tries to get rid of the dog. He says, go on, dog, you brought me bad luck, go. So Franny says, I gotta lose that dog because he's gonna cause me lots and lots of trouble. So, kids, lots more happens to Franny. We'll have to show you the rest tomorrow. Yes, kids, that's the end of our old-time movie for today. Oh, well, no, kids. I want to tell you about something very funny that happened to me this morning. You know, kids, I received a thingamajig postcard from one of my little friends in Chicago. And Mr. Buster told me that he received an examajig postcard from somebody in New York. But you know what happened, Buffalo Bob? The two postcards said almost exactly the same thing. Yeah, that's right, Howdy. So now, kids, we're going to try out this thingamajig today. And whoever likes it best, either Howdy or Mr. Buster, they can use that thingamajig as a plank in their campaign. Now, one of these is written to Howdy and one to Mr. Buster, so I'll just pick this one here. It makes no difference, really. They're the same thing. Now, it says, Dear Howdy Doody, once in a while, I do silly things, like wearing a false mustache to school. Kid wears a false mustache to school. But Mother always stops me. Will you please pass a rule that lets kids do silly things like this? Well, I know that lots of kids do silly things, but wearing a false mustache to school... You know, this is really a question, kids. And... I'm here. Oh, hi, Mr.
Yeah,
Buster.
me too, I'm here.
Oh, hiya, Dilly.
Yeah, me too. I'll
Oh,
say
hi,
Howdy
Bob.
first because you see, Howdy went outside to wait for the featherman.
Oh, we did. All right, fine.
Yes.
All right, now look, let's see what we should do about this postcard. Now, Dilly, you go first. Now, the
Yeah.
question is,
Yeah.
should kids be allowed to do anything silly? Dilly.
Silly Dilly? Huh. Dilly, don't call me Silly Dilly.
No.
Silly Dilly.
Yeah.
Dilly, silly.
No, Dilly.
Dilly, silly.
Dilly.
Dilly, silly,
Oh,
silly,
silly.
Dilly.
Dilly. Dilly.
Bobby.
Oh, Dilly, now come on here. Now, I want you to answer this question.
Hey,
please.
I'll answer it for you, kid.
Oh, all right, Flub. Have you ever done anything silly?
Oh, yeah. Once I was eating a coconut,
Yeah?
and I was looking up at my cuckoo clock.
At the cuckoo clock,
Yeah.
huh?
And all of a sudden, I started to wonder, what makes a cuckoo?
What makes a cuckoo? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Did anything happen?
Yeah, the cuckoo cocked me on the cocoa with a coconut.
Oh. Flub, I don't believe that, Flub. It's
Oh, yeah?
true.
Well, you go ask the cuckoo yourself.
Ask the cuckoo, Mom. That's impossible. Cuckoos, they only talk to cuckoos.
Well, how do you do, Buffalo Cuckoo?
Well,
No.
now, Flub, you're not being smart at all. Dilly, I hope you're ready to answer now, are you?
Yep.
All right, come on, Dilly. Have you ever done anything silly?
Sure.
Yeah.
I did something silly last month.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, I was upstairs in my house,
Yeah.
and I opened the door and I walked out onto the balcony.
Well, for heaven's sakes, what's silly about that?
We don't have a balcony.
Oh, you don't? What happened then?
I fell down, but I didn't hurt myself.
Oh, good. I guess you landed on something soft?
Yeah,
I see. What?
my head.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're all better now, Dilly.
Yeah.
Mr. Bluster, how do you feel about this? Have you ever in your life done anything silly?
Wait a minute. Me? Certainly not. I'm old, and a man my age can't afford to go around being silly. I don't have time for foolishness, kid. No, sir. I'm a busy man. No, sir.
I know. Oh, surely, Mr. Bluster, certainly. Maybe once in your life you've done something, made some silly mistake, or done something embarrassing, maybe once in your life.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact,
Yeah?
I did once.
Oh, you did? Well, tell me about it. What was it?
Oh, no. Oh, no, Clyde, no.
Oh, come on.
Uh...
Oh, come on, Mr.
Oh, no, Buster.
Oh, please tell. Come on.
You tell.
No, I wouldn't tell anybody. Come on, tell.
Cross your heart and hope to turn into a blue-nosed baboon?
I do, honest. Come on, now tell what happened.
I shouldn't tell you.
Oh, come on. Just between the two of us.
Won't go any further?
No.
Okay. Well, once I was invited to a big party, you see. And, well, I wanted to look my best for the party.
Sure.
And I put on a beautiful silk shirt.
Shirt.
Yes, and a new pair of black shoes.
Yeah.
And the very best necktie that I could find.
Yeah.
And as the final touch, I put on an expensive new hat. And then I went to the party.
Well, say, you must have looked very, very handsome, huh?
Oh, well, I must...
I'll bet everybody just looked and looked and looked at you, huh?
They sure did.
Yeah?
You know why?
Why?
I forgot to put on my pants.
I see. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
you forgot to put on your pants.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout it out. Go ahead. Tell everybody. Phineas T. Bluster needs a nursemaid.
Well, sorry,
Go ahead. Tell everybody that Mr. Bluster can't even dress himself.
Well, I didn't mean it.
Why don't you print a big sign? Bluster is a baby.
No, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, tell the whole world. Blabbermouth.
Oh, don't be so upset. We won't tell anybody.
Oh, you might.
Heavens. Well, kids, it seems that when people do silly things, they're usually sorry for them afterwards, so... No, we better not make this a Howdy Doody plank.
Yeah, and I better not make it a Mr. X plank either.
No.
Come on, Dilly, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, come on, Mr. Bush. We got a lot of work to do.
Blabbermouth. Tell somebody about Mr. Bluster.
Well, I didn't... Oh, say, kids, you know, the Featherman ought to be here very, very soon. But, you know, I am afraid, boys and girls, that when the Featherman gets here, he's going to be very, very unhappy. I still can't understand why Howdy thinks the Featherman is Mr. X. Oh, kids, the Featherman's coming. Featherman here. Oh, what? Chief, I'm sorry.
Chief Featherman, open door.
That's a Dutch door. Sure. Here it is, Chief. French door now.
Featherman Indian. And Featherman also not feel like talking.
Chief, I know you're unhappy because Howdy Doody said you may be Mr.
Kawagupa! That is what have make Featherman very unhappy. Very.
Well, now, Chief, I don't know why Howdy thinks that, but look, let's settle it the easy way. Now, just answer the question, yes or no. Are you Mr. X?
Buffalo Bob. How you feel if Chief Featherman asks you, are you Mr. X? Huh?
Well, Chief, the question's so silly that I wouldn't even answer it.
Well, Featherman think question silly, too. Featherman will not answer it. Featherman not answer silly question.
He's getting excited, kid.
Featherman better go. Go before Featherman get excited. Is Featherman Mr. X? Silly question. Featherman no answer silly question. Go.
Gee, kids, I'll have to talk to Howdy about this later. He gets so excited. We just ask him a question. Oh, well. Attaboy, Howdy. Well, kids, I still don't see how the Featherman could be Mr. X. Kids, you all saw how excited and how angry he got when I asked him if he's Mr. X. Oh, but Buffalo Bob, now remember this. The Featherman refused to answer the question. Well, sure he did, Howdy, because the question is so silly. Oh, no, Buffalo Bob, I don't think the question is silly. And there's only one thing left for me to do, kids. If the Featherman won't talk, then tomorrow I will tell you the big reason why I think the Featherman is Mr. X.